He's trying to take over my channel. This lady, Miss Mel, the lady I was telling you about with her boys, they said they're gonna be watching
Oh,
today, and they were saying how Jared, because he still has his youth about him. I don't know what to look at. I'm over here. Yeah,
I mean, it don't matter.
because he still have his youth. That he's able to impact children, young men or whatever. And I was reminding him of that. And, I'm happy that he's here today because, if I could inspire somebody, that's why I'm here. And I feel like, if he can, then, he'll show up and do just that, because we need more positive men. Oh, I guess he laughing because you said teacher and mom to
Yeah.
you the teacher. All right, teacher, go ahead on and teach then. Let's see what you got to talk about.
Well, honestly, what you're talking about right now is you bring up a good point because there is like a lot of toxic masculinity out there, like this idea that like growing up in today's day and age, like men got to be tough, don't cry, don't do this, don't do that. Like you got to realize whenever you opt into these things, there's something because you are everything. So when you choose not to do this and not to do that, that's a part of yourself that you're just excluding. You're just gonna choose to ignore. That's a choice, and that's what it's about bringing an awareness to. It's not about being feminine, being girly. Like none of those things are exist. Those concepts are real, but they're still a part of you. So you don't want to try to ignore them or try to like be something else or get away from these gushy feelings. Like no, you embrace that and you love yourself that you have all of this. Like, and it's a good thing. It doesn't come off as girly and stuff. And a lot of people get trapped to thinking like that. So yeah, I'm happy that I can help people
Yeah.
see that.
You know what? You said something. Somebody put a post something. Oh, you heard my stomach growling? I wonder if they heard it. It was really loud.
Maybe.
Anyway, sorry. That was my stomach. And I just ate. But anyway, earlier today I got a post on my channel, and they were saying in some. It was a lot of words, but what I took from it is somebody was saying, you're gonna have thoughts, but allow the thoughts to flow. You can't
Hmm.
stop them or whatever. You always tell me that
Yeah.
when I start thinking about, oh my gosh, I gotta get these orders out. He's like, okay, don't just let the thoughts flow. So that's good that you can
Yeah.
remind them of that.
It's a good thing to let the thoughts flow too, because once you really let the thoughts flow, like you start to realize how little sense they make. So like a thought will come in your head like, ooh, you better do this on time or something gonna happen to you. Actually go with that thought all the way until the end. Like, what's gonna happen to me? Oh,
Right,
I'm gonna
right,
die? What's the end
right,
thing that you're so afraid of? Like what's the thing
right.
that's actually holding you back? Because if you stop the thought right there and just try to be like, oh no, I don't wanna be like that, then you allowed the thought to change the way that you feel right now because you're not seeing where the thought originates from. You're just like autopiloting on
Yeah.
that thought.
And don't go into the thought, because some people go in deep to the
Yeah.
thought and then they start to spiral down.
Yeah.
Like what if something bad happened, and then on top of that, what if the worst possible bad thing could happen, and then they really down, they depressed, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's just energy. So you allow the energy to flow in effort to stay balanced.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I look at that. So do y'all have any questions out there? Ishmat is here. Hello, hello, Darren. Ishmat, Yvette, Emmanuel. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all supporting me. Emmanuel always comment on my YouTube channel. He a good supporter too.
Nice.
I got some real good love from my supporters. Let's see who's over there. Jody and Robert, Christopher Ham. Hi, how are you? Thank y'all for coming today. I don't see anybody asking no questions though.
I know y'all got some.
Something that y'all want to talk about. If not, that's cool. We just wanted to come here for you all, just in case you had something. I gotta update my numbers. Share my videos if you all don't mind. I'm trying to reach a goal. For those of you who are on Facebook, you can't see it on the bar at the top of my YouTube channel. I have a goal that I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, just to be able to impact people, in the areas of mind, body, and soul, simply because it is my passion. And so In the YouTube community, is like if you have 1,000 subscribers, you have authority, and then they'll play your videos, in rank a little bit higher than, I guess, the new girl. And right now, I have all these thousands of people on Facebook, but I'm the new girl over here on YouTube. So
Yeah, so if you're on Facebook, click on that link that is posted by Salt of the Earth at the top in the comments. Go there, hit the subscribe button. You get a shout out, your name pops up. It's cool. We're trying to reach a goal.
yes,
We need your support.
yes. Oh, Ishmael has something here. What are your suggestions for using crystal stones for our chakras? Uh, I I use them, just to like ground me. That's why I always talk about having the obsidian. That's a black one that actually kind of like helps me stay away from negative energy. And mentally you can clear your chakras. All things are energy, and your thoughts are energy too. But mentally you can work on, if you know the meaning of each chakra, you can work on them mentally. So if you're meditating and you want to work on that root chakra, we know that has to do with survival and all, and being grounded. So in the meditate, before you go into the meditation, you think about whatever it is that you have here on the physical that you want to come back to. For me, that'll be my children. If you really love your job, that'll be your job. Well, this particular job, because I wouldn't say I really love my other job. But this one here is my passion. So I'll think, if I didn't have children, I would think, okay, I need to come back here because I want to touch lives. And so just the wanting and the needing to come back or return to this physical reality is going to keep you grounded, for example. So, but with the crystals and all, you could actually lay them. Like if you're laying down in the bed, you could lay them on that particular area, near that particular area, and you can just relax and meditate and just envision that your chakra, or big pool of energy, is circular or rotating clockwise, and the energy is flowing to down the stream and up and down. Your kundalini energy is just being in balance, and flowing well. And if you envision that in your mind, put the crystals, whatever you have to do, put the crystals on you, put them underneath the pillow while you sleep, wear them on your body, in your pocket, or in your purse, keep them in your car. And I have crystals everywhere: car, purse, work, pillow. This might be TMI. I can't show y'all my shungite because it's in my bra right now. But I have my shungite on me just because I am sensitive to energy. I always been sensitive to energy, whether it is the ancestors, whether it is electromagnetic fields of energy. I can tell when the router is on in the house. Oh, that's another good spot to put that shungite. If you get the little small elite ones, because they're good with because they're good with electromagnetic fields of energy, you can put it on top of the router in your house. You can put it near your computer, on the back of your cell phone. They have the little pieces you can put on your cell phone, and by your microwave. But if you have a microwave, you need to throw that out. It's time to upgrade. I don't have my phone in my case, but this is my phone case right here. So since I have my shungite in my bra right now, sorry guys. This little piece, can they see that? That little piece that go on the back of my that's my case to my phone. My phone is actually up there with the Facebook live. But I ordered that piece also for the back of my phone, because you put your phone to your head, near your brain. And so I'm sensitive to energy and frequencies, so I keep mine on me all the time. I never really did understand why I was like that, but even like if I was to go to the mall, I'm sensitive of the people. A lot of times hurt people go to the mall, to spend money because I don't know, something going on at the house, or they're going out because something happened and they got to get a drink or whatever. So before they go out, they'll go to the mall to buy some clothes, whatever. So when I go to the mall, it's really like, okay, I have to hurry up and get out of here because all this energy, these thoughts, this frequency, I'm feeling that. I feel all kinds of energy. So the stones help me with that more than anything. Especially like the clear quartz crystal, the clear ones, they help to clear energy. So if you have negative energy around you, it'll clear it, and it won't like hit you hard. But I really love the electromagnetic stones, the black one, shungite one, more than anything, because that messes with your thinking. You could, we can be like entranced at moments just by looking at a computer. That's why those children like the game so much, because it kind of like makes us brain dead, like, and the cell phones, how we get into it and we always on it because our brain is like numbed and dead. Even with those LED lights like in the house or whatever, I can feel that. So these particular stones and crystals, in particular the shungite one for that, really helps to clear that energy. And so you could still think and you could still have mental clarity and you're not zoned in. You could like back up and still, consciously be aware of the things around you. And so that's why I like that. I'm sorry, I was talking a lot, huh? I'm so sorry. Wait, they got comments up there.
Yeah, suggestions for using crystals for the chakras. I would recommend like doing research on all the chakras, so that way the different colors that correspond and the different like feelings that correspond. That way you can pick your crystals out for a specific thing. So like for example, I have a purple amethyst crystal, and the purple chakra, or the chakra that represents the color purple, is the third eye chakra, right, located right here between your eyebrows. And so whenever I meditate or something, I would like to put it on my eyebrows, and it's not, or put it on my my third eye chakra, and it's not important like to make sure that it stays there, but you can feel it, because sometimes when I'm laying down on my back, it'll fall off, but that's not really the important part. It's being able to focus and focus that attention, that awareness, that energy to that one area. And so like somebody on Facebook on the comments just said that they had trouble focusing while meditating. I feel like to when you go into meditation, maybe you should pick like a specific thing to meditate on. It's kind of like prayer. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So if it can feel overwhelming because it's a lot of stuff going on. We're naturally, in fight or flight mode, like just because of the way that we've been brought up. We've always been taught to like, watch your back, do this, like, and a bunch of stuff is going on. And so in order to relax, try to just pick one thing and love that one thing. And go deep with it, and like fall in love with the idea of that thing. Like you have to allow yourself to fall in love and to like let go, and then it kind of like flows. It's energy. Everything is energy. It's not stagnant. Like you can't try to like you just can't like force yourself to stay still like that. That just doesn't work.
Right. And you know what? Now that you're thinking about that, it might be a little bit harder for men though, because men. I'm not being judgmental here, but men are always taught to,
Exactly. I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to be no sus, I don't want to be a punk or whatever, but you got to get into the feeling part of it, because that's how you create, that's how you get there. You got to feel good getting there. You can't be up in there like, man, this ain't going to work or whatever. Like, you got to milk the feeling.
Right.
You got that from Facebook. You saw that?
Yeah, that was one of the comments.
They had a comment before that. I couldn't see it. It went up too fast. So whoever that is, could you post that again? Because it went up fast. We have some here. LaShawn, greetings, beautiful souls. First, thank you so much for your knowledge and inspiration. My question is, how do you know when your root chakra is healed? I'm working on healing my root chakra. Because you're not worried about you're not worried about being grounded. You're not worried about survival. You're not worried about, death or the worst possible things, I would think, because root has everything to do with survival, and it might tie to also the fear of abandonment, of like maybe if you had mother and father type issues, root chakra will be there, because that's when we actually are heightening that root chakra, when we're creating that bond with our mother and father. So if say for example, I didn't have my father, so I know darn well I had root chakra energies that were clogged up. So I know that they're not clogged up anymore because I'm not holding on to that fear anymore. That fear is gone, because that ties over to relationships. So I don't have fear in a relationship anymore of like a new man coming into my life, of leaving me, because I am happy. I'm whole by myself. I feel the whole even without the presence of that a male in my life, So you find it, it when you're not afraid anymore, when you have mastered the fears. Because everything that we go through now, keep in mind, all of these chakras correlate with an organ too. So if, people that be having like sexual energies or hormonal type issues, that particular chakra is clogged up because maybe they had some type of, sexual abuse or trauma when they were younger. So what's going on in the spiritual realm will show up in the physical realm. So for the survival, I guess, pain and problems with the legs in that particular region, problems and, the bottom, your knees and, feet and stuff down, anything down there in the lower part of your extremities causing you physical illness is letting you know that particular organ clogged up. Even the people that have breast cancer, that's close to the heart, that heart chakra. So just keep in mind people that have, thyroid issues, that's that throat chakra, lack of communication and speaking that truth, That's how I look at it. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you'll definitely know when your root chakra is healed. So like correlating it with the physical body part, because you can feel fear. It's not just it's not just something like inside of you, like in your stomach, like you feel it in a specific area. I can even point you to the area right here, tip of your tailbone. Mm-hmm. At the tip of your tailbone, that's where your root chakra is located. And so you can feel this sort of like ease up. But as it's easing up, if you've never healed your root chakra before, you might feel like, oh snap, like I'm becoming vulnerable, like, and you might want to tense back up. Mm-hmm. And so once you're able to be loose, kind of, and like, just all you have to do is bring your awareness there. It's all about paying attention. It'll happen on its own time, but you have to be aware of what's going on, and then you will start to realize like, oh wait, like I can tense this up and loosen it up at my own will, and you begin to start to love the feeling, like turn it from fear into love.
Yeah, because you could transform it.
Exactly. It's all about transforming, because everything is exactly what it is. If you view it as something bad right now, then that's what it is. It's bad right now. So you go there and you make it good. You have to transform it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hello, Darren. Oh, Darren came over. Thank you. I appreciate you. Someone over here is asking, do we know who the shadow people are? Someone from Facebook.
Shadow people? Like your shadow self?
Yeah, because that's what I was about to say. I was about to say that other people's shadow people might not be your shadow people, because shadow people for me would be like this dark energy that I was introduced to, and I would say like they were like the gods to me, but that shadow might be the devil to somebody else, or something different. But for me, I had an experience with shadow people per se, dark energy. I think remember that movie? The movie, I think it's Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg. You remember that?
I don't think I saw that.
Anyway, and they had this dark energy that was coming off the ground when somebody was dying or whatever, like tearing apart and kind of like catching souls. I don't know. I think it's a movie called Ghost. Anyway, Whoopi Goldberg she was a nun or something. Anyway, that particular type of energy, that particular type of dark energy came to me, and it was telling me or reminding me what I was born to do. And I was telling that energy, no. And it was just like on that movie, how the energy, it looked small. It looked like a shadow per se, small on the ground. But when I began to say no, it was like that shadow was tearing up off the ground and like coming forward. And I saw how big and mighty it was. And then I was like, okay, I'll do it. Because it made me kind of like submit to that particular energy, because it wasn't trying to make me afraid, but it was more or less kind of like showing me what it really was. And I was like, the only reason why I was saying no was simply because I was afraid that I couldn't speak, because at that time I was really more introverted of a person, and I was afraid that I would let it down and not be good enough, and like, why are you picking me? Why don't you pick somebody else? And it's like they showed me flashes of my life, showed me places where I would be, showed me my future, reminded me of all the prophecies that I had when I was a little girl, and it came back to me in my dreams. And just so the shadow people, to me, the shadow people that I know of, they're like the gods. They mean business, and they about power, and and they weren't there to hurt me. It was love. It was a reminder. It made me feel as if in that realm that they were my family, like in that realm, like I'm connected to them in that realm. And so they came to show me, hey, you came here for a purpose in this physical realm, and you need to get to business. So that's what I look at the shadow people of. I see a lot of them around me. Oh, okay. Jizzle says he see a lot. Well, ask them who they are.
Yeah.
Talk to them. It's all about your feelings, your internal. You have an internal GPS system. Your intuition. I posted that today, matter of fact, on my page. Your intuition will let you know if you should go, if you should talk to them or not. It's just like. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, you should if it makes you scared, you should change your perspective about it, because these shadow people, you see them and you may not be scared, but either way you see them and there's uncertainty about it. There's something that you don't know. Right. So view it as an opportunity to learn something, because they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
So
they are.
Instead of
they
being
don't
on
come
guard,
until there's a reason. There's a reason for them.
So instead of being on guard, just open up and see, okay, what's this for? What's this about? Allow them to take that awareness, because that's what you are. You are awareness. Allow them to take that awareness to something that you previously were not aware of, and then you'll have a oh kind of moment, a voila kind of moment.
Yes, it was the ghost. He said the shadow was representative of demons. I can barely see that over there. This is really way across the room that escorted
evildoers to the underworld.
To the underworld. Okay, yeah. See, in that movie, that's Sheldon. I think Sheldon. Hey, Sheldon. In that movie, it represented demons. But for me, the shadow demons. The shadow energies are not demons. Not to me, because I didn't have that experience. Because this is all mental, just like when people die or something happened to them, near-death experience, and they see Jesus. If they believed in the white Jesus, they're going to see the white Jesus. If they believe in black Jesus, that's who they're going to see. If they believe in spaceships, they're going to see a spaceship. It's all things are mental. You are the creator of all these things. I used to be scared of them and try to swing on them. I'm not scared of them anymore. When you was trying to fight them? Wow. Hey, Tora Pate is here. I've never tried to fight them before. You tried to fight?
Not really, because my experience might be different, because it's different for every person.
I used to be scared when I was a little girl, though. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie about that, but
yeah. I don't know. I never tried to fight. Maybe I try to run, and I'm running like slowly, like you never had a dream and like somebody's chasing you, trying to get away, but you can't run your full speed, but the thing that you're running away from is a part of you. It's not, and you're trying to run away, and meanwhile, if you change the perspective, this is another perspective flip. If you imagine this person coming at you with open arms, just trying to come give you a hug, just loving you, but the whole time you can barely run away because the love feels good. It's pulling you towards there.
Oh, that's a good analogy of that.
Yeah, you know deep down that love feels good, that there's nothing that this thing can do to you. And that's why in a dream you're running slow, you can't even get away, because how can you get away from yourself? It's just me, come and get you,
Right. But that could still seem scary to people, because now you can't move. You can't run away from this thing that you don't know is love. So you're trying to get, and you can't, your legs not working, or your voice is not, and you can't yell or nothing. It's
very scary.
That's scary. Because I remember when I was younger, I used to always get those experiences, just I would hear energies call my name, so much so that I would get up out of my bed and just go to the front door or whatever and open up the door. It was almost like they were calling me, but yet they were walking away, and I was following the energy. My stepdaddy woke up and said, "Girl, be okay, you're in the bed." Stuff like that would happen to me. But even with the sleep paralysis and stuff like that, those things happen, and you were able, sometimes people see the dark energies at that time standing above the bed. But I just feel like whatever it is, you should be able to talk to it. Even if you yell at it, say, "Who are you? What do you want from me? Why are you here?" and you'll get that answer telepathically communicated to you from that energy, you know. And if it's bad energy, you feel like, you know, if it's bad energy, just like when you go to the project or whatever, a bad neighborhood, you like lock the door, you know bad energy, you intuitively know that. So if you see dark energy that don't feel good, then don't go, or tell them away from me, you know.
Yeah, and think about it. Whenever there's real danger, like when you're awake in the real world, you never ask like the shooter, "Hey, why are you about to shoot everybody?" Like you, all you're worried about is you getting yourself away, trying to get to safety.
Yeah.
So kind of flip that and confront this shooter, this energy, this whatever, and try to get some knowledge about this. Like, because if you run away, all you did was get away. You
Right.
didn't gain anything.
Right.
You just got away. That thing is still out there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back and try to get you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not saving anything. You have to go
You
get your
need to-
answers.
yeah, that's true. And ultimately, that answer is mastering that fear. Mastering that fear of standing up to that. It's just like standing up to a bully. He ain't gonna leave you alone. Every day he gonna want that lunch money.
Nope.
You stand up to that thing, and it'll go. I shared already a story about feeling that energy in my house, and until I came home and stood up and told that energy to leave here now. Not until then did the energy leave. You have to know who you are at all times in your journey. I think that is so important. Just knowing who you are and the power that lies within you. And sometimes it's scary. I'm not trying to say like none of the stuff is scary, because it is. It is. A lot of things. Even like when I was talking about that obsidian ball, and I put that ball in my hand, and I was just laying down in the bed for the first time. I had never experienced that energy with that particular crystal. I had that thing in my hand, and it felt like I was levitating and just floating away into the nothingness. Like they don't have no tree, no house, this is nothingness. This is the dark energy that you floating away in. Yeah. And so just thinking in just our physical aspect of thinking, to imagine me right now, I'm sitting here now, just levitating out my seat and going to the sky as we know it here in this physical reality. Going to the sky. Ain't no hot air balloon, that I'm containing. It's just me levitating. That's a scary experience, because you don't know that you're going to come back down. All you know is you going up, and you don't know what's up there. And then we all think about this gravitational pull, and we think about, oh, wait, they might not have air up there, I might suffocate. All these crazy thoughts will come to your mind because you're just not used to it. So I wasn't used to that experience, just having that obsidian ball in my hand and levitating and going on a trip just by having a ball in my hand and closing my eyes. So that can be scary for people. And that's why I feel like a lot of people just stay stuck in what they believe in, what they was taught when they was children. That's why I believe a lot of people are in religion. And religious people, they come out and they peak. But, they're curious about it, but they're afraid. We have a lot of people fearful that's just still stuck in their old way of thinking. And they don't want to master those fears. They want to stay there because it feels comfortable there. But you ain't even living life if you're not mastering no fear. Because all the good stuff is on the other side of fear.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
What's that one say?
He was joking about fighting.
Oh.
Fighting them and how they appear. That's Sheldon over there.
Try to put them Johns on the choke slam.
Yeah. But that's beautiful though. As you evolve in your journey, you see things so differently, from what you used to see years ago. You experience some dark places, but all is good. All is good. We down here, I don't want to say down here, in here, everywhere. We have all of these labels on things, but all is good and all is God. The energy that really controls this world is the most powerful form of love that there is. But we get fixated on it because we don't watch all these scary movies. We believe in the boogeyman,
Yeah.
We believe in those things, but it's all good and it's all God.
Yeah, a lot of times we look to the past for answers, or we worry about something that's in the future. But if you really sit there and think about it, the only thing that's ever been real in your whole entire life is this direct experience. Right. This thing right in front of you.
That's it.
If I'm in a different state and my mom's not there, technically, just by the law of this being the only thing that exists, my mom doesn't exist. She doesn't exist until she's in my direct experience. There's no way that we can. It's a game like that we try to play. We try to predict and try to anticipate the future. But the only thing that is real is right now. So if we bring our awareness back, like stop letting these thoughts bring us away, like come back, come back. Like it's a tug of war, and it gets comfortable to let these thoughts go because what's right here sometimes isn't very fun. It's not very exciting or surprising. It's not the same thing that you see on Instagram. It's not the famous people, but it's here. It's yours. It's the thing that it's loving you. You can interact with this
Right.
direct experience. Like it's for you to craft and to create from.
Yeah. Everything that exists is right now. Yeah, that's like how I was talking about in that other video. Like it's like we're playing a game, you know.
It really is. It's a
It's like
game.
we're playing a game.
It's a game.
Yeah. Act like a human but think like a god. It's a game. And everything that's happening is happening simultaneously right here, right now.
Mhm.
What is this one here? I felt floating out of body and I was half asleep. I pulled myself back and went into sleep paralysis. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You did that too in college.
Yeah.
Tell them about yours, son.
Okay, so when I was like I used to go to college away from home. And so when I was out there, one morning when I woke up, oh, well, I didn't even wake up. Like my eyes just kind of opened and like sleep paralysis. It's just like your eyes are like twitching open, like you can't even really even see. And I saw like this figure, like some white figure, and I just couldn't move and I couldn't do anything about it. And it was just sitting there while I'm laying down on my back looking. I'm like, I'm trying to speak. I'm like, who are you? Like what are you doing here? And I couldn't move. And it was actually kind of scary, but like the next day I realized like that this is my creation, just like how I was just explaining previously. Like you got to get the answers from these kind of things because at first it was scary, but then the next day I'm like, wait a second,
Right.
like this is a part of my experience. This is something I need to embrace. And so I never had sleep paralysis again after that day, but I have a better understanding of it now, approaching it from a state of love rather than fear.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it can be scary, of course.
It can be scary.
It really is.
When I was younger, boy, you know how. Well, you better not know how they feel to be drunk. You know, like if you have a like hangover and you know drinking make you feel dehydrated and your body is like your heart beating, is shaking your whole body. That's how scary it can be when you in sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Like you just like so scared, you're trembling, and your heart is just literally shaking your whole body, and you damn near feel like you're gonna catch a heart attack. I guess that would be like what it feel like. That is some scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cause with mine, I couldn't talk. And I'm like, it's like your body paralyzed. You can't talk, you can't move. All you can do is like see something there, and you want to scream, and it's like no noise coming out.
Yeah.
So you know nobody coming to save your ass. So because they can't hear you.
You just there.
So it did that make your heart beat even more. That could be scary. That really could be scary.
Dang. And then if you keep thinking deep into it, it's like, wow, I can't move, I can't do anything. Like, then don't do anything.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't do anything?
Yeah.
Like it's always such a counterintuitive solution to things, because we get so caught up into like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Oh, what if this? Okay,
Right.
what if?
Right.
See what happens. You know, sometimes you gotta go with the flow of things in order to find the answer.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably saying they think that's easy. Because on that other side, I know it's scary.
Yeah.
But with time, you know, those things, they don't be scary anymore. I wanted to show y'all my altar, but I had an experience while I was actually recording it to not do it, to share my altar. But for those of you who are interested in that, because I get a lot of emails about that, having an altar, I would say, you know, on the altar, just personalize it and use it for like your ancestors or whatever it is that you reverence, you know. Because even like when I was in church, you know, I talk about church a lot because I came up in church. And when I was in church, I was what they would call like the prayer warrior. And so I would pray a lot. And so You know how you at the end of my prayer, this is, I don't know how if everybody else did this, I would say, I send the angels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and St. Clair with their swords dipped in the blood to cut asunder in the spirit that is contrary to the word of the will of God for this prayer, you know. And so because I called and I had always that relationship with Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and St. Clair, I would often call on them. So I brought that to my altar. I have a little charm with the angel Michael, the archangel Michael, on my altar, and I use that because I still believe in that energy. I already worked up a relationship with that energy. So when you begin to set up your altar, bring something with you to as your support, you know. So when you're feeling afraid, you know, I knew since I was a little girl, Archangel Michael will protect me. So that's why I brought that to my altar. Things like that are really important. And so that way you won't get spooked out when you see things, because you're going to meditate and get into realms where you're going to see and feel different types of energies, and you're going to kind of get nervous. But if you have something to fall back on, keep in mind, really you're falling back on you, but we're going to put that energy into St. Michael, but it's really you really mastering self and becoming a big kid, so to speak, in that particular realm and growing up. But we're gonna call it the other angels, you know, that's doing it for you until you get there, because it's all about you getting on to the journey of your higher self. And so I would say a wooden table is important, something that you can fall back on, and you have to have the elements: the earth, water, the air, and the fire. So the candle will be your fire, your incense could be your air, the earth could be your crystals, some rock or some dirt, and the water will be a glass of water sitting on your altar. You might want to have pictures of your ancestors, or even if you don't have pictures of them, you could just write their name on a little frame or whatever, and you could be crafty about it and put the frame against the wall. And your shrine or whatever it is that you want, you know, just be creative with your altar. It's your special place. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's for you to go to relax, be at peace, to meditate, do conjuring up energies if you're into that.
Yeah, you should definitely like
with yours.
Like, I would recommend do a lot of research. Get excited about it, like, because you have to realize, like, just the law of practice. Everything you put your energy into, it grows, it comes stronger. Like, that's what you get more of back. So do your research about whatever you're gonna put on your altar, like, and get excited about it, and allow that to kind of to dictate. Like, allow that to be something to lean on, something that you could put your faith into. Like, oh, okay, like nothing can go wrong. Like, you can't approach it from a position of lack. Like, I hope I'm doing this I'm gonna do this to try to get this. Like, no, that's not how it works. You're not doing this to try to get anything. You're doing this because you're excited about it, because you want to do it, because you're learning, and it feels good.
Because it's giving you your peace. You know, it's just like when you go in your prayer closet, for example, you just go into your altar and you're just finding peace, you know, relaxing, and you don't get it wrong. There's nothing on your altar that's going to be wrong, because everything's going to have meaning to you, you know. That's how I look at it. And you burn your candles and you create that energy, and your thoughts of whatever you're trying to manifest. You just imagine your thoughts creating when the incense and the smoke or whatever is traveling up. You just imagine the things that you want are traveling up into the cosmetic realm, and then it's gonna come back down in the physical realm and be just what you spoke it to be. Somebody on here, is that just? I think he's saying like the movie The Water Boy. My mama taught me everything is the devil. I broke out of it like he did. The Water Boy.
Oh, wait, the Adam Sandler one?
The Water Boy.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, he broke out.
Okay, yeah.
Just was funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's true.
But yeah, and so you have your little shrine up there. And sometimes, yeah, just those things gonna make you want to break out, and you probably get to a point. Because even with me, I got to a point where I was like, well, okay, I'm not going in there no more, because it got scary to me. I shared that on one of my videos. I was like, no, because I was meditating, and the birds, you know, I knew all the birds' names. I would go into the cosmetic realms, and the birds would come fly next to me. I was in the nothingness, the darkness, the universe, and they would come fly next to me. And one time I went in, and them birds, it was white at first, but they turned black. And then they started like coming to me like to devour me. And I came out, I shook myself and I came out, and I didn't go back to meditating for a long time because I felt like, you know, the devil was there, for example, and it was trying to get me. And that's just messing it up. That's halting your growth, you know, because it was wasted energy. And then that's how I had, you know, I was just telling you all about the energy in the home. So then I started getting real fearful about that. And that fear grew, because fear gets out of control, and it grew and it grew. And then I'm looking, then I'm sleeping with a nightlight, and then I can't go in the living room. Not a living room cold, and something on the sofa. And it just grew and grew and grew. And that's why I had to sit there and say, away from me, and get rid of that energy that I created, because I was afraid.
Right. See, you could ignore it all you want. It is still there. There's still some work that needs to be done there.
Yeah. And it has to grow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So any other questions about meditating, altars, or crystals, health and wellness? But Jared, I'm so proud of you. Don't you do that to me in front of people. I'm so proud of you, though. Just hearing you talk here, this is really cool. It could help people.
Yeah, it's good helping people.
You turned out good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, too. But anyway, if that's all the questions you all have, I just wanted to stop by and say hi. And I look forward to sending out your orders, talking to you on my I Am That I Am new page that I have. And I look forward to you all sharing my video with other people so I can get to my 1,000 subscribers.
Hey man, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, you share the channel. Make sure you do all that. For you Facebook people, scroll up to the top of the comments. There's a link to the YouTube. Go there, subscribe, like. There's much more where this came from. Much more me. I know y'all love me.
You're trying to take over my channel. That's what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to grow the channel.
Yeah,
our channel.
Our channel. Where I'm the student and you're the teacher.
Yeah, I'm the teacher, yeah.
All right. Ignore all the rest of those videos. This is channel.
Yeah, just click on the videos of me. You'll see way more of me.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight, and be blessed. All right. You gonna turn that one off for me? Thank you. That was pretty cool.